Welcome back, everyone. There is a powerful show touring San Francisco right now, a collection of violins from the Holocaust, once played by the prisoner musicians in concentration camps, and it's called Violins of Hope. And we have the show's producer and executive director of the Cole Mansion. It's Patricia Kristof Moy here in the studio, and she's actually brought some of the historic instruments. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, let's talk about Violins of Hope. This is a show that was inspired by a book, this book, right here.
Indeed. Well, the book describes the Violins of Hope. The Violins of Hope are here in the Bay Area for 8 weeks of concerts, exhibitions, school programs, and public performances. And we are entering week 6 of the 8-week program. We still have 2 weeks of wonderful programming. And I can tell you a little bit about the book and the violins if you'd like to hear.
No, I would love to hear about that, yeah.
These Violins of Hope were once played, as you said, by prisoners in concentration camp orchestras during World War II. There were orchestras in almost all the concentration camps because the Nazis wanted to hear music in the evening and during the day. The prisoner orchestras would play to accompany the marches to the labor, and back home after the labor, and they would play when prisoners were being marched into the death at their ovens.
So going through such
deaths,
horrific conditions,
horrible.
And then they were still required to play such beautiful music.
They were required to play in snow and rain and terrible conditions, and when these violins survived and were rescued, some of them were in terrible condition. And they have been beautifully restored by a father and son violin maker, Amnon and Avshalom Weinstein in Israel, and they're touring the world.
Wow. Can you tell me about the violin you brought here?
So I brought you one violin. This is a violin that was originally a klezmer instrument, and as you can see, it has beautiful decorations. It has some stars of David in the front and one star of David here in the back. These are mother of pearl inlay, and they were original to these instruments. The restorers did not add anything that was not original to the instrument. They were beautifully decorated because originally these violins were in homes. They were played in concerts, at parties, at weddings, and ceremonies, and they belonged to individual families, and they were beautiful ornaments as well in the home.
What does this say about the power of music?
Well, music was the thing that, first of all, kept many prisoners alive, because if you could play an instrument and were able to play in the orchestra, you didn't get sent to your death. And so many of the prisoners who survived the camps were musicians, and musicians they tell the stories of how the music is the only thing that kept them from despair. And the founders have called this project the Violins of Hope, because the whole idea of this project is not just to remember the past and history, which of course is very important, but it's about the fact that this music gives us hope today and continues to tell the stories so that we can prevent history from repeating itself.
Sure, that really is beautiful. And the Violins of Hope collection, it's been telling a story all around the world. I mean, it's traveled around. It's
traveled a great deal. The first time they were in the United States was in 2012. They've been in a number of cities, and of course in cities around the world as well. They are with us for another 2 weeks of fabulous performances. We have concerts and an exhibition at the War Memorial Veterans Building in San Francisco, which we encourage everybody to come and see. We have 20 violins on exhibit at the gallery. Concerts this Saturday night, and final concerts on the 13th and 14th of March with the Peninsula Symphony as well, and many in between. They're all on the website, violinsofhopesfba.org, where you can see the schedule.
Okay, Patricia, thank you so much. It was wonderful meeting you.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Okay, and Violins of Hope, it's going to be in the Bay Area through March 15th. To find out about upcoming performances and events, just go to violinsofhopesfba.org.